Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Stephanienicoleh. So today I'm going to be talking about being an introvert and how you can still be successful being a YouTuber by being an introvert. I'm going to give you some tips and tricks, so keep watching. Okay, so first, what exactly is an introvert? An introvert is a person who would rather, be alone or with a small group of people rather than a huge social gathering. They feel uncomfortable in huge social settings. Also, someone who would rather write than speak. Public speaking is really not their forte because they get nervous. So I am actually going to go down a checklist of different things that introverts do. And I, for one, am an introvert. And so it's kind of stepping out the box for me being an introvert and being on YouTube. But I'm going to go down this checklist. And if you say yes to more than a few of these things, then you are possibly an introvert. And then I'm also going to give you all some tips of how to still be a successful YouTuber, even being an introvert. So let me just start by saying that being an introvert is not a bad thing at all. So let's just hop right into this checklist. So first thing, you find small talk to be incredibly cumbersome. I know for me, absolutely. I don't like just coming up with things to talk about on the fly, so check mark for me. You go to parties, but you don't go to meet people. When I did go to parties and to the club and things like that, I wouldn't necessarily be going to meet people. I would be going to have a drink, dress up, get cute, take pictures, things like that, but not necessarily to go around meeting people. Next is if you feel alone in a crowd. That's another sign. I definitely feel like that. I know at my place of employment, like sometimes they have different events and things like that. And like it makes me a little uncomfortable because just being around a large group of people that I don't know really, it just makes me incredibly uncomfortable. So networking makes you feel like a phony. So this kind of ties back into the last one, definitely. So also goes back into the small talk, like going up to people that you don't know, making small talk. It just feels very insincere to me. And the next one is you take your time to make decisions. I definitely feel like this. I definitely have to mull over things in my mind all the time, like before I make any kind of rash decisions. Well, I really don't make rash decisions, but I definitely have to think about my thoughts and, the outcomes and what could possibly take place. So I definitely take my time and think about things before I actually do them. Feeling comfortable when being alone. I am my own best company. Like I enjoy being by myself. I enjoy going to the store by myself or to the mall by myself and just having that alone time. I enjoy it. Do you? So also does not like group work. This can be a struggle, especially in the working environment. Majority of times you have to work in groups and do things. I definitely prefer working alone, independent work. Just like working in a group, it seems like my thoughts and opinions get overshadowed by people who are more outspoken. And so when I do work alone, I could definitely take my time and think about things and work it out the way that I want to work it out. prefer to write rather than to talk. This is definitely me. I'd rather write down my thoughts than talk about them. I know, like when me and my husband first got together, when we were still in the dating phase, when something was wrong, I would definitely just text it out or write a letter to get it out, because face-to-face talking about it, sometimes I'm not able to think on my toes and express everything that I would want to say at that very moment. So writing everything out, I'm able to basically get out all of my thoughts, get them organized. So yeah. So the next one is giving a talk in front of 500 people is less stressful than mingling with those people after you give that speech. I'm kind of on the fence on this one because I don't want to do any public speaking in front of 500 people, and I definitely don't want to mingle with them afterwards either. So, but I guess it would be easier for me to give a speech. So I'm not necessarily talking to anyone directly, rather than mingling with people afterwards and doing that small talk and networking and stuff like that. So the next one is has few friendships, but very close with these friends. I know that before my mom passed, she told me something that someone else had told her. She says, if you die and you can say that you have had 5 real friends, then you were truly blessed. I totally believe that. My circle is very small and close-knit. I just have a close-knit of friends that I can definitely rely on. And if I feel that, you know, those friendships no longer serve me, I do, you know, distance myself. But I do try to keep my circle very small. And that's just because, I don't know, I'm not a super social person. So the next one is you start to shut down after you have been active too long. I know my husband can probably vouch for this one, because like when we go out of town and things like that, and then we're just like on the go, doing a lot of things, going to the mall, out to eat, like doing different things. Like after all that, I do tend to like slow down and mentally kind of shut down just to recharge myself. And it's not anything towards him, nothing that he's done or anything. It's just that doing a lot of things is just mentally draining, and I need to recharge myself. Next is you are in a relationship with an extrovert. I believe this. My husband is a friendly Joe Bob, has to talk to absolutely everybody. Also, I would say all of my friendships, for the most part, are extroverts. And it kind of balances me out, because I guess an introvert being friends with another introvert, I don't know, it would seem pretty boring to me because, like I say, I don't really necessarily start conversations and things like that. So being friends in a relationship with an extrovert, they kind of bring that out of me, so I come out of my shell. The next one, this is kind of mean, but you screen your calls, even from friends, and I would throw even from family in there too. So I kind of equate this with, say for instance, someone just popped up at your house, didn't call or anything, but just popped up. Like, would you be receptive to that? So me with calls is kind of the same thing. Like when I get a call on my phone, it's like, so now I have to be on point. Now I have to have a conversation. Now I have to talk. And for me, it's just easier to text. That way I can respond when I want to. That's pretty mean, but I mean, it is what it is. I apologize. Okay, the next one is you notice details that other people do not. I definitely notice like everything. Watching other people's YouTubes, I notice a lot of things. Watching my own YouTube videos, I notice everything. In real life, I notice so much. I pay so much close attention to detail. And that could be also the Virgo in me. But yeah, I'm very detail oriented. And the last one is retreat to your own mind to rest. So this kind of goes back to what I was saying before about you start to shut down after you've been active too long. So yeah, us introverts, we have to retreat back into our mind to reset. We just have to do a mental reset. It's just as simple as that. So again, I can put a check mark next to pretty much all of these. And I mean, it's no secret that I'm an introvert. All of my family, all of my friends, they know this about me. So it's definitely not a secret. I definitely prefer smaller gatherings rather than, huge social settings. Even before, the corona and all of this. By the way, being social distance and staying in and all this with corona really has no effect over me because I don't really go anywhere anyway. So this is pretty much just everyday life for me, except for the fact that I'm working from home now. But yeah, I don't really go a lot of places. Like me and my husband will do like small things like go pick up something to eat, or we have been to the mall and little things like that, but not like we don't really go to like bars and clubs and huge social settings. Like it's just not me. So again, like me stepping into this YouTube world, like I've been on YouTube since May of this year, 2020. And so this is completely just stepping out of the box for me. Talking this much is not the norm for me. However, I find it very therapeutic, doing things that I love, like doing hair reviews and clothing hauls. I would do my hair on a normal basis. So all I'm doing now is just recording it and doing a voiceover or something like that, or a clothing haul. I have to buy fall clothes, so why not do a clothing haul? I guess my point is, like, with being on YouTube, doing things that I love and have a passion for has kind of made this experience a lot easier for me. If I was to completely step out of the box and talk about things I don't know anything about, then that would be a completely different story. But with me actually doing videos on things that I like to do, it has made this experience so much fun for me, and I appreciate all of my supporters. Let me just say that I appreciate you for supporting me, those who have been here since day one. I absolutely love you all. But let us talk about some tips and tricks. So if you are an introvert, if you put a check mark next to all of those things that I said earlier, you, my friend, are an introvert. So I want to give you all some tips. If you are a YouTuber already or thinking about doing it, but a little hesitant because, you think it's too hard or you can't do it because of being an introvert, I want to just stop you right now and let you know it's possible. And I want to tell you some things that can help you. So my advice to anyone starting YouTube: find your niche. Like I said before, clothing and hair and things like that are a passion for me. I love those when I'm not doing YouTube. So find what you actually really like and what you have a passion to talk about. You could talk about to anybody. Find out what that is, and then that will be your niche to do YouTube. It will make it so much easier. My next tip is talk to the camera like you are talking to an old friend. So instead of thinking you're talking to all these thousands, millions of YouTube people, viewers, just, take a step back and talk like you are talking to your best friend or your spouse, someone who you're close to. Don't think of it as talking to a large variety of people, because that will scare you. Okay, so my next tip. So there are actually some videos that you can do where you do not have to be on camera. If that is your fear, fear no more. So I actually have a couple of videos that I did when I first started, some recipes or some tie-dye videos where I rarely had to be on camera. Like, I introduced myself maybe and then did an outro, but that was pretty much it. And then I just did a voiceover throughout the entire video. So there are some things that you can do that you don't necessarily have to be on the camera if that makes you uncomfortable. So it takes the pressure off. And so also with the voiceovers. So with the voiceovers on a video, instead of actually being in front of the camera, kind of makes it a lot easier, because you can record a little bit, and then if you find that you don't like it, you can just discard it and do it again. And you could do it as many times as you would like. It just makes it so much easier. It's so much easier than being in front of the camera, just doing those voiceovers, because you can just keep doing it, keep doing it, keep doing it. If you don't like it, keep doing it, keep doing it. Also, notes. I have notes today. I'm actually reading off of a laptop, but notes are perfectly fine. Don't let anybody tell you anything different. It's fine to write down talking points so that you can prepare for your videos. That way that you know exactly what you need to say. You don't leave anything out. Everything's right in front of you. And you can also just edit the video so it doesn't seem like you're reading from anything. The only thing about notes is you want to still talk so it seems natural. So it's not like you're reading off of a piece of paper. That's the only thing. But notes will keep you on track, so you say everything that you need to say. Simple as that. My next tip is, I've heard this a lot from people. They have said in the beginning of your YouTube journey to stay away from vlogs. Number one, because this may sound mean, but since you are just starting off, not a lot of people are really going to be interested in what you are doing on a day-to-day basis. But my view on that is to stay away from vlogs in the beginning is because walking around with a camera is going to draw attention to you. Even though vlogging is pretty much so many people are doing it now that it is a normal thing, it still will draw attention to you walking around with a camera. What I would suggest, if you are wanting to still vlog, like I said before, you can film everything while you are out, because everybody's walking around with a camera, taking pictures, texting, things like that. So it's not uncommon to be filming and taking pictures and things like that. But as far as talking to the camera while you are out, it does draw attention. So you can always film everything, take pictures and things like that. And then when you get home, you can do the voiceovers. I mean, that's easy. So, but I just want to let you know it's okay to take baby steps. It's okay to move at your own pace. And so, in conclusion, to you introverts, I just want to say you are not alone. I am right there with you. Also, I want to say that your YouTube journey is your YouTube journey. So stop comparing yourselves to other people's journeys, those who are getting monetized faster than you. This is a marathon, not a sprint. No one's journey is going to be identical. So when you compare your journey to someone else's, it makes the process more stressful and takes the fun out of it. So I just want to say, have fun with this. I have to keep reminding myself of that all the time. But this has to be fun for you, or you're going to get burnt out very fast. And that's it. That's all I have for you today. I mean, hope this wasn't too boring for you or too long of a video, but I hope you found these tips useful, and give me a big thumbs up if it was. Like, comment, and subscribe. I will see you all next time.